Thank you, Hilary. Good afternoon, everyone. I think everybody does know me. Just in case anybody doesn't, I'm Paul Walker. I'm the Chief Executive at Herefordshire Council. And this morning I had a look at the attendance list and who's been invited. Hilary's mentioned it a little bit, but it's a bit of a who's who, as if you wanted to get people in the room to kind of shape a new direction and set a new vision. We've got all those people in the room today. Yes, people from the council, because that's important in terms of our community leadership role. Yes, people from the Community Foundation, and yes, people from across the wider public sector. And great to see a really strong presence from our health colleagues across the ICS, from Wye Valley Trust and through the NHS Trust, our GPs as well. So real commitment to being here. We've also got, as we know, a really strong and rich vein of activity running through our community and voluntary sector, and here today to play their part, alongside, importantly, colleagues and friends from the business sector. Important that that family of people comes together, because as I say, we are all committed to working together to make something different and special happen. Today we're here to talk about the community paradigm and understand what that means for us. We'll leave the room knowing how we play our part to bring it to life and make it a reality for Herefordshire. From our individual and collective perspectives, we know there's so much truth in the saying, prevention is better than cure. We all know it works. Some of us, I for one, have learnt that lesson more than once and continue to learn it as I continue to make mistakes and roll forward. But as professionals, we talk a lot about prevention is better than cure. We know it's the right thing to do, and we want everyone to be as healthy as possible, living their best lives possible. But by making the shift to investing in it and making it a reality, when the demand for formal services is high, we are driven to respond, is in my view something completely different and time to change. Yet in Herefordshire, we're completely in the right place to make that change. We've got a strong and vibrant set of communities who've proved through their recent experiences and working with us that they can make things happen. We have a community and voluntary sector with a track record of making things happen. And when we put our mind to it, and we have a shared sense of purpose and a clear sense of direction, we've proved that we can really make things happen. And that's part of the challenge today, proving that we've made things happen previously. Let's continue to do that, use that momentum to move ourselves forward. When I reflect on my career, and some of that was with Donna, be it in Bolton or Blackpool or Cumbria or in Harrow, I was one of those officers who long recognised the value of what I called at the time, and I joked with Hilary about good old-fashioned community development, where we do work on the streets with residents and with our communities, listening and learning about their issues and problems, and then investing in and developing capacity and their skills, and then one day walking away as that community was confident and able to stand tall. But sometimes, and just sometimes it was as an officer, that investment in community development in those communities came as a result of identifying what was wrong in that particular area and what needed to be fixed, and that we needed to intervene, and that we needed to make things happen. And we did all of those things for all those reasons. And we created a real dependency on the council in getting things done. And the dependency is not part of the future. It's not part of how we want to be. So for me, the community paradigm offers us a different approach and a different way of thinking and acting. It moves us away from doing to people by solely commissioning and providing services, and starts to create a different relationship with communities and the community and voluntary sector. A position where an investment of funding is not based on a set of performance indicators and defined outcomes, but it's based on what we want to achieve together with that community to make their lives better, to engage them in working through the solutions, and for all of us playing our part in what works. For local authorities, for some of us, and for some people, it might be quite uncomfortable. because it moves us way of the comfort of being the statutory agencies and all the power that goes with that, to still being the statutory agency, but it's how you use the power in a different way, how you use the power to engage and develop and pass on that power and have others enjoy it, doing what they need to do to have the impact and influence within their own communities. Colleagues across the council have heard me say many times that 2023 is the year of transformation in the council. It needs to be 2023 because we think, and they will tell you I say this, we're at least 5 years behind in terms of transformation investment, and we need to catch up with one single step. And we'll continue to drive for that. But being the year of transformation also allows us to think differently in terms of our relationship with communities and the community voluntary sector. That's part of our transformation. Because we've got to move away from some of those long-standing established mindsets, cultures, and ways of working in the capital. My colleagues will know it's called the Herefordshire way. We hear it many times. You know, we've got to break free from that and change that. Build on what's good about that, but have the Herefordshire way part of everything that we do and reflect how we want to work. So yes, I'm excited about the future. I must confess to being a little daunted about how we can move quickly and how we can all play our part to make this happen. But I do believe that we do all have a part to play in working with those who are most vulnerable and in greatest need with our communities, who shouldn't and should not rely on the council to fix those issues every time. But as the council and with you and the community and voluntary sector and our partners move into the space as to how we do this together and how fundamentally we all play our part in a different way to achieve a new vision and a new direction for how we want Hereford to be going forward. So pleased to be here, pleased to play my part, want to make sure we can move forward quickly and at pace and make the Herefordshire way part of a new way of doing things, not part of how we used to do things. So thank you.